The streets of Milton, Delaware are quieter now than they were in the 1800s. During those years, the downtown was alive with the commotion of merchants and sailors, wealthy sea captains and ship carpenters. Shopkeepers gossiped and swapped stories in front of their establishments, and townsfolk strolled the main streets. Today, little remains of the town's 19th century waterfront heritage. Well-preserved homes and a few commercial buildings and lodge halls serve as the only real reminders of the town's early days. Almost all of these buildings are counted among the 198 structures contained in the Milton Historic District. The district, like the town itself, is divided midway by the scenic Broadkill River. Vessels built on Milton's waterfront reportedly sailed as early as the era of the American Revolution. The town was bustling then, and shipping was an important activity. Milton's golden age of shipbuilding began in 1860 and ended with the onset of World War I. Some attribute the elaborate Victorian trim found on many historic structures to the skill of local ship carpenters. During the 20th century, the port and shipbuilding industries declined, and the town's lone railroad, built in the late 1850s, shut down. Milton's industrial prosperity quickly faded, and the town became dependent on agriculture, canning, and home-based enterprises like button-making. Because of economic decline, Milton's architectural heritage has been impacted more by local disaster than by indiscriminate building. The downtown commercial center was destroyed by fire in 1909, with a second fire following in 1939. In 1962, a major flood destroyed the same commercial blocks and forced the closure of the Milton Theater. Still, although several buildings have been recently demolished, most of the commercial structures in the center of town have not changed beyond recognition, and it is easy to imagine a downtown that recaptures a turn-of-the-century appearance. The theater, built in 1915 and renovated in Art Deco style in the late 1930s, has already been restored and is now a popular venue for an assortment of functions, including live performances. Milton's tree-lined streets and lovely gardens link a variety of architectural styles, including some of the most imaginative Victorian structures in Lower Delaware. There are also interesting outbuildings like summer kitchens, small agricultural buildings, and dog trots. The magnificent Robert Hood Carey carriage house, unequaled in southern Delaware, is now under renovation, as are many of the other historic structures in the district. Until the early 20th century, the Broadkill River was central to Milton's economic life. This is no longer the case. But the legacy of Milton's waterfront heritage remains in an extremely significant body of architecture ranging from early to late, humble to ostentatious, Greek Revival to Second Empire. These structures come alive through the exhibits, events, and activities of the Milton Historical Society. Housed in a former Methodist church built in 1857 and located in the center of the National Historic District, the Historical Society has taken on a leadership role in preserving the town's natural and cultural heritage and in expanding the district to include the town's more recent architecture, such as a stock of craftsman bungalows. Through its walking tours and collections of maritime memorabilia, Milton's seafaring past becomes part of our present. And through this living history, it is possible to imagine a time when sea chanties filled the air, and the streets of Milton were home to sailors, sea captains, and merchants.